Yeah, I know. No, I had to fly through the end because I had like 8% left on my phone. I did not want it to die, and I had to do it again, so it had to stay like it was. Sorry. Sorry, y'all had to fly through it. My bad. Hey guys, it's Marty, and welcome to the Diamonds and Denim YouTube channel. And thank you so much for being a part of So New September. So this is my third video of So New September, and it is a big one because it is the Urban Decay Naked Palette, the now buried Naked Urban Decay Palette. This is the one that they put in the coffin last week. They said they're not gonna make it anymore. They started selling them for half off. I got mine at Macy's. They retail for $49. Yeah, they retail for $49. I got mine for $27. Is that half? No, that's not half. It must have been 52 or something. I got it for 27, whatever. Whatever the case is, I bought it for $27. Trust me, I wasn't paying more than that. So I got it before they went extinct completely, which is funny because I never wanted this palette until I saw they were gonna bury it. I don't know if y'all saw the commercial or the little clip with it was Nicole Richie was the main person, and then they had like all these other beauty influencers. I saw Candy Johnson was there, and a few of the rest of them were there. So it was a really cool ad with them burying it. They called this the OG palette, and I had never tried it before. So tonight was my first time using it. So if you want to see what I think about the Naked palette from Urban Decay, the now retired Naked palette from Urban Decay, just keep on watching. Thank you. Okay, so face is primed, eyes are primed, brows are done. And I'm so excited to try this, y'all. Let's get right into the packaging first. So, I mean, the freaking box is like everything. I mean, it's like, you can't see it on here, but if you touch it, it's like perforated all around, like there's a pattern on it. It's got Naked and Urban Decay raised up in gold. And on the back, it shows you all of the shadows as well as the brush that I'm assuming we're getting. It has Urban Decay on the top in gold, so that's just the freaking box. This is probably, I'm not gonna say the best packaging because I really love Too Faced's packaging, but this is probably some of the most elegant packaging I've seen. It's so elegant, and it's so just like, I don't know, it's very luxe. That's a good way to put it. It's very luxe. It's like a really, I mean, the mirrored gold, you can see the reflection on the eyeshadow, how it's not here. Like, they just took their time with this packaging, you could tell. The top, Urban Decay Naked, I can see a little bit of like a different color underneath it. Y'all know how I feel about interior box, like design. I love when they do something. Oh, okay. The box, okay? The inside of the box has our regular, not regular, but the Urban Decay purple. You know how most of Urban Decay stuff is purple? So it's inside the box. I love when they take the time to do something like this. And Urban Decay is really, really good with that. I don't love all of their packaging. Their packaging always reminds me of the club. I don't know why, but their packaging always reminds me of the club. Oh, the palette is velvet? Hold on a second, I had no idea. Oh my God, y'all, this palette, I mean, this palette, it's like a velvety palette, kind of like that Anastasia Prism palette. That's what it feels like it's like furry. Then, except where it says Naked, which is of course a beautiful gold foil. This palette is amazing. Why are they getting rid of this palette? Okay, and I've never even touched this palette until it was getting retired. They buried it. It's gone now. Okay, so this is the inside of the palette. Again, you can really see how the colors, how the outside and the packaging is reflective of the colors on the inside. It is just beautiful. Urban Decay gave a brush. They always give a really good brush. Nice mirror. The mirror's a little small for me. I like the theme of it reminds me of like the desert, not Huda Beauty, but like a real deserty, goldish, like I said before, really luxe look of a eyeshadow palette. So I already have my eyes primed. I already did my brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and start messing with this palette already. Oh, I'm so excited. As y'all know, since we talked about packaging, I started swatching at the end, only because it just gives me more time to have the eyeshadow actually on my eyes, so y'all can see how it looks when you're talking, when you're looking down, you look to the left and the right, because when you're finishing, you just go, oh, see my look? I don't think that's really enough time to really get the full feel for it. So I'm gonna try using their brush first for a little while, and then if it doesn't work, I'll just go back to it later. I always try to use the brush that comes with the palette, but sometimes, like, this one is not gonna be fluffy enough for me to get a good transition on it, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna start with Virgin as a post base situation. These are so beautiful. Like, their shimmers are shimmer. Like, dude, like, I mean, yeah, this is too condensed for what I needed to do right now. I need a good all over color. Old reliable Bogache smudge brush. So my big fluffy brush now, I'm gonna go in again with Virgin, and I'm gonna try it on the other eyes. Like, I remember when the Naked Palette launched, for some reason I never really wanted it, but when they said they were getting rid of it, I was like, oh my God, I have to have it now. Zooming y'all in so that we can do the look together. When they announced it was leaving, everybody was talking about it and how they had their first high-end eyeshadow palette was the Naked palette and everything. And I have the Naked Basics palette, the all matte palette. That thing is really good. So smidge of kick up here. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the shade Naked for my transition color. So I'm going in with Naked and doing that as a transition color. I'm gonna do a real pretty like neutral look tonight, because I'm not really going anywhere and I just wanna see. I've been doing kind of heavy looks lately, so I wanna go back to what I know and try something a little lighter. So going in with Naked, the palette's namesake, and I'm just going all the way again from the tip of my brow, fanning it out from one tip of my brow, the end, and then I'm bringing it all the way up to the corner of my nose and to that inner corner of my brow. Also gonna bring a little into the lid, just a little bit. Okay, so that is our transition color. I believe for the crease, I can actually use their brush because it's a little more condensed, so I'll try their brush. So I'm gonna go in with Buck here. And Buck is this pretty, almost taupey brown color. Okay, so again, I'm going in with Buck. Just one little pass. It's super pigmented on the brush anyway. And I'm gonna just run that through the crease. About halfway up my lid, halfway up my crease, like about here. Yeah, I don't want it to go too far. And then bringing it into the corner a little bit, So far tonight, we've used Virgin as a base, we used Naked as a transition, and we used Buck as a crease color. It's very pretty so far. I really, really like it so far. This is just, oh, this palette is just everything. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this out really quickly. No, I'm not gonna, yes, I am gonna blend this out really quickly because I wanna do my V color after I do my, lid. And my lid, I'm so excited to play around with this thing. I don't even know what direction I'm going in with the lid, but I know I'm going somewhere. So I'm using this SWATCHES Glam brush just to blend out the crease and transition and the base all together. Okay, so all I did to carve out the lid was going with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk right here, and I just put it on just drew a couple lines on my lid and just blended it out with a cream eyeshadow blending brush. Cream eyeshadow brush, just so y'all know. I really like the color combination of Toasted and Sidecar might look really good together. So I'm thinking about going in with Toasted right here in the outside. Like the outer third of my eye, or the middle of my eye, and then this on the inside, because Sidecar is such a bright color. Whoop, such a bright, pretty, and then Sin is in the inner color. Yeah, we got a look going. So let me go ahead and go in with Tussle, and I am going to use their brush. I'm going to use that flatter side. So Toasted. Ooh, the amount of pigment on this mug. Okay, it looks really, they always look super pigmented on the brush. When you put on the eye, it's not that bad. It's not as pigmented. And I know with some people, like, they might think that's a bad thing. I certainly don't think that's a bad thing. I think on this kind of neutral palette, like super neutral palette, you don't want to have super crazy bright, pigments. Like, this is a palette I would use every day. Like, this is a good work palette for me because, I work. So we have Toasted on the lid, and I'm going to go in the inner third of my lid with Sidecar, which is like Toasted, but it looks like it's a little pinker. So this one is Sidecar, so I'm going to go with Sidecar. Like, let me show y'all how this formula is insane. Like, see Sidecar? Look what happens when I put the brush in it. It's almost like a wet formula. Like, it's beyond. So I'm going to pass this into Sidecar again. And I'm going in on the inner third of my eye. So what I usually do when I'm making an eye look is I'll split my eye. I'm not going to split my eye for real, but figuratively, I split my eye into 3 parts. When I drag that transition color into my eye, I try to keep it on the outside third. I split into thirds, so I try to keep it on the outside third. Then I'll do the one lid color in the middle, and then the other one in the inner corner of my eye. And I mean, Urban Decay, honestly, every palette I've used from them, I've yet to find a bad Urban Decay palette, and I would challenge you to find one because it's going to be a hard feat for you to do that, because Urban Decay's palettes, they're just so damn pigmented, and their color stories are always really, really good. Like, they're really good with that. I don't know who was over that, but they really put great colors that go really well together. So going in my precise blending brush just to blend out, to make those colors look like a pretty gradient on my eye. Y'all see that? Pop, that highlight right there is insane. And that is the same color I used on my lid. That's Sidecar. So I'm going to use this really skinny brush just to make sure I get a lot of payout. I think I might actually go into Creep, which is right here, this really dark black color. I mean, the darkest color. None of these colors are super duper black. It's a shimmery dark black. Ooh, maybe I'm mistaken. This is quite dark. So let me do this with y'all because I want to... I know you're not supposed to stretch your eye. You can get wrinkles, but sweetie, I'm not like, you know, clamping it behind my head. I'll be fine. Oh, that's really dark, darker. And I'm just doing what I usually do with my last part, my V. Ooh, so pretty. I'm going to go back in with their brush, actually. And I want to use this color Sin right here. Sin, this really pretty pink right on the side of Virgin. And Sin, I'm going to go in with the flatter part, and I want to put that on my brow bone as a highlight because these colors are so pretty. Ooh. Oh. Oh my, time out. And finally, I'm gonna just go in and blend the whole look together with my big, huge Elizabeth Mott blending brush that I love so much. So I'm trying to really focus on blending out that black of the V because I don't want that to be a big old, you know. That brow highlight though, y'all, I cannot stop looking at it. Like, it's so pretty. You know, how many Urban Decay Sins are there? Like, I feel like that's like my 3rd Urban Decay palette with Sin in it. Like, I know for sure my Shadow Box palette has Sin in it because I use it a lot. And even though I don't usually do it this way, I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom now so that I don't have to go back later and do it. I can clean it up later. I don't want to, you know, I'd rather get that done now instead of going over it with concealer and accidentally erasing and all kind of stuff. So I'm going to go in with Dark Horse across the bottom lash, which Dark Horse is this beautiful, like, kind of army greeny color. I'm just tracing my lower lash line with that. A little smoky action. And then I'm going to go back in with Creep, which was my V color. And I'm going to trace my lower lash line with that just to give it a little bit of a, almost like an eyeliner feel. I'm going to go back with eyeliner too, but more of an eyeliner feel. And I'm just going to stamp Creep. Okay, Naked Palette. So I'm going to go and do the rest of my face, get some lashes and some liner on. And I will be back to tell y'all if it's getting a diamond or not. Okay, so we did, face is completely done. We did our swatches. I mean, we did our test out. We did our packaging. Now I'm going to swatch them for you. So here are the colors. They're beautiful, absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to go with Virgin first. Why not? Virgin's first, hey. Virgin, kind of weak looking here. Virgin, Sin. I love that they put those so close to one another. Oh, that's pretty. Sin is pretty. Sin. Naked, which is a matte, and the namesake of the palette. Oh, Naked is pretty. And what was the last one here? Sidecar, which I used on my lid today. Sidecar, so pretty. So shimmery. I mean, they are gorgeous swatches, though. They really are. All right. And that was like the holes. It took all of the eyeshadow off of my hand. And I want to show y'all, too, how light I'm going with the swatches so y'all can see I'm not, like, covering my finger with them. So let's do Buck right here. Buck, Half-Baked, Smog, and Dark Horse. Smog is another one. They used, I had Smog and Sin, I think, in the little Dreamcatcher palette. Shadowbox palette, I mean. So this one is Buck, which is another matte. Okay, Buck. This is going to be Half Baked. Oh, Half Baked is pretty. Okay. Half Baked Smog. Ooh. Smog again. I had Smog in another palette. So Smog and Dark Horse. Oh, Dark Horse is really pretty. Dark Horse is really, really pretty. I like Dark Horse. Toasted. Another pretty shimmer. Hustle. Oh, I like Hustle. Hustle's like in between Toasted and I forgot the name of the other one. This is, what was it called? This is Creep and Gunmetal, which I'm excited about. Oh, it's kind of a letdown. It's not as glittery as I thought it was going to be. So these are all of our swatches. We have, I can't even see the first two. Virgin, Sin, Naked, Sidecar, Buck. Oh, like Buck Naked, I just got it. So dumb. Buck, Half Baked Smog, Dark Horse, Toasted Hustle, Creep, and Gunmetal. So those are all of our swatches. Now let me talk about the palette itself. The Urban Decay Naked Palette had a lot to live up to. I mean, it's a very, very famed, very popular palette. So it was probably going to be really hard for it to live up to the hype. And for me, it really didn't. I mean, they're beautiful colors. The name Naked fits perfectly with it. It didn't wow me like I was expecting it to wow me. I like it, but I'd certainly like it for $27. I wouldn't like it for 50-something dollars, I'll tell you that much. Like Sin, which I have on my eyebrow, my brow bone, and in the inner corner is Sidecar. The shimmer shades are beautiful. I don't care too much for the mattes. And what I really don't like, and I didn't realize this, is that Urban Decay recycles shades. Like I said, Smog and Sin are also in the Shadow Box palette. I can show it to you right now, as a matter of fact. Give me a minute. Let me grab it. Okay, yeah, so this is the Shadow Box palette, and there you go. There you have Sin right here, and you have Smog right here. Those are the same colors. So I don't see the point in having them twice. Like, yeah, this palette is retired, but who cares if I can just buy some of the shades in other palettes? So that's kind of a letdown for me. The swatches to me are very weak. I mean, I understand it's a neutral palette, but Urban Decay, as long as I've known them, have always had really beautiful, strong, very pigmented colors. Like, you almost have to dye them down a little bit. Again, I get the point. It is called Naked, so I get that. But these swatches are just, they're almost like transparent. They're like see-through. Like, they are neutral and they are naked, but they're like so transparent. I just wanted them to be more pigmented. So unfortunately, I know I'm probably the only person in the whole world, but I have to be honest. I really want to give it a diamond because it is the Urban Decay Naked palette, is the OG palette. But with the Peach palette and the you know, some of the Smashbox palettes and the Too Faced palettes, even well, no, I haven't used any of hers, so I'm not gonna lie. But even some of the like the Urban Decay, the Naked Basics palette, that all matte palette, that thing is bomb. The Troublemaker palette is awesome. The Gwen Stefani palette is awesome. This one just didn't, I mean, like I said, I'm not getting rid of it. I like it for like an everyday work thing, but it just didn't live up to the Urban Decay hype that I am used to. So I really want to give it a diamond. I do like it. It just did not live up to the standards I had in my mind for it. And that's probably my fault. Maybe I had too high expectations. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to give this a diamond. I'm sorry, Naked from Urban Decay. I wish you well. Rest in peace. I hope your next reincarnation is as good as the Naked Basics palette because I love that palette. Sorry. Thank y'all so much for joining me for So New September. You can what? Oh, yeah. Go ahead and read the blog that coincides with this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on social media just for quicker updates than waiting for me to do a video. I'll link everything down there. And have a good day. Thank you so much for watching Diamonds and Denims YouTube channel. Bye.